Hey, Read Through the Word. Today is September 18th, and we are looking at the walls. We started building them yesterday. Today they're built. Can you believe this? So here we are on September 18th, and I want us to look at Nehemiah 6:15. And let's look at this. Probably go through the end of our reading today. It says, so on October 2nd, the wall was finished, just 52 days after we had begun. When our enemies and surrounding nations heard about it, they were frightened and humiliated. They realized this work had been done with the help of our God. During those 52 days, many letters went back and forth between Tobiah and the nobles of Judah. For many in Judah had sworn allegiance to him because his father-in-law was Shechaniah, son of Era, and his son Jehohanan was married to the daughter of Meshullam, son of Berechiah. They kept telling me about Tobiah's good deeds, and when they told him everything I said, and Tobiah kept sending threatening letters to intimidate me. After the wall was finished and I had set up the doors and the gates, the gatekeepers, the singers, and the Levites were appointed. I gave the responsibility of governing Jerusalem to my brother Hanani, along with Hananiah, the commander of the fortress, for he was a faithful man who feared God more than most. I said to them, do not leave the gates open during the hottest part of the day, and even while the gatekeepers are on duty, have them shut and bar the doors. Appoint the residents of Jerusalem to act as guard, and everyone on a regular watch. Some will serve as sentry posts, and some in front of their own homes. So here's the thing of what's going on. Okay, our walls are finished. The rebuilding of these walls is completed in only 52 days. So when King Artaxerxes sent Nehemiah is sent with the understanding he's only sent for temporary. So you're going to see him hand off control, go back home, and you'll see that happen with Nehemiah. Because he's still cupbearer to the king, and he's just sent for a purpose and then brought back to the kingdom back in Persia. But one of the things I want us to look at about this particular period is of what God did and what Nehemiah went through and where Nehemiah's focus was during all of this time. So by the hand of God, Nehemiah and the people are able to accomplish the task. So by the time the wall's finished, it's only been 5 months since the conversation we had about yesterday about Nehemiah. You know, some days we talk and I'm like, so many years have passed. It's only been 5 months. 5 months from the point of Nehemiah asking of King Artaxerxes saying, hey, what's wrong, Nehemiah? To the completion of the walls. It's only been 5 months. Okay, I think about this all the time. I'm not sure if it's ever come up. I know Wendy and I live in the same town, so we live outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and we have this outer belt that goes around Charlotte. It's called 485. Most cities have an outer belt that goes around them, and I live near, now we have a bypass that goes near to it, and Wendy and I both live near that, so that gets us in and out of the city if we ever have to go there. But from beginning, they are still working on that road. The very first portion of 485 was completed when I was in high school. I graduated high school 30 years ago this year. It's taken 30 years to build a road. It took them 52 days to build a wall around the city. So, the hand of God. We need Nehemiah to build some roads in North Carolina. Well, or to be the decree of God, and then it would get done. But Nehemiah, here's the thing, and he mentions as the walls are finished, hey, I have all of this going on. First, I have these opposition against these guys named Sanballat and Tobiah. Sanballat is the leader, the governor of Samaria, which, if you remember earlier when the kingdom was split into the northern kingdom and southern kingdom, and Samaria is was part of the northern kingdom. So Sanballat is in charge of that, and Tobiah is an Ammonite, Moab, Ammon, around on the other side. So they have political political motivation to keep Nehemiah and the walls away. So Nehemiah is interfering with their political plot to get power and money. And so they come at him every which way. And then what happens is they get the people inside the community of Judah to go against Nehemiah as well. So Nehemiah he had opposition from outside. He had opposition from inside the community, from the nobles. They actually misused the name of God. They scared him and told him, hey, Sanballat and Tobiah are going to come get you. You need to go and hide in the temple. Go hide in the temple. Trying to get him, he's like, God would want you safe. And he's like, I'm not a priest. I can't go in the temple. Nice try, people. I'm not falling for your mess. So they try that too. But Nehemiah, and that's why, yesterday I talked to you about the prayers of Nehemiah. And I'm still going that route with this today. The prayers of Nehemiah. Nehemiah knew what he needed was strength. All of these things are going on he's got opposition from the inside, opposition from the outside, everything. But when you see where his focus is, it's not all of these people. His focus is the strength he needed to face the opposition came from God, and that's what he prays for. He keeps focused on God has called me for a purpose. God has called me to do this, Lord. So he prays in 6:9. He says this, for they were all trying to intimidate us, saying, they'll drop their hands from the work and it will never be finished. And what he says is, hey, get rid of them. He doesn't say, get rid of them, God. He says, but now, my God. Now, I'm reading this from CSB, the Christian Standard. I like this translation of this verse. It's done a little bit different in the NLT, but I like the way this wording is. But now, my God, strengthen my hands. He prayed for strength to do the will of God. That's what he prayed for. And now the walls are built, and they just have to protect them. That's the last thing he does is say, okay, we got to protect it now, because they're not done with us. But the strength, I say it this way all the time. What we pray for, we pray so much for the ease of life. We pray so many different ways. And I've told my students in my class, and this is the way I pray. I pray this, Lord, open doors you want me to go through and give me the strength to run through them. That's it. Give me the strength to run through them, because I know I'm going to be scared. I know I'm not going to believe things. I know. Give me the strength. That's where we get Nehemiah. The joy of the Lord is our strength. Nehemiah got it. And I hope we do too. I'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.